team laying out a new set of terms before Christine Ford is willing to sit down for a potential interview.
Now, Ford's attorney is saying she's willing to talk with the Senate Judiciary Panel as long as no lawyers are involved in the questioning. Brett Kavanaugh is not in the room and that he is questioned first before her.
Here to react to this is Ron Bonjean. He's the former communication Sherpa for Justice Neil Gorsuch during his Senate confirmation hearing. Thank you so much for being with us, Ron.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going through different scenarios, what-if scenarios, and the first one I want to ask you about is, let's say the president says, you know what, we only have 4 more weeks until the midterm elections. Kavanaugh's being questioned. We don't have enough time to get him through. Let me nominate someone else. Do we have enough time, if he decides to do that, to nominate someone else and have them confirmed before the midterms?
Yeah, that's really unclear, and I don't know if there's going to be enough time, but what it will definitely do is energize conservative voters. They're going to be very angry that this seems that this came out of nowhere, that Senator Feinstein delayed sending this letter over, and that we're in this situation we're at when this issue could have been brought up during his testimony, could have been brought up in a variety of ways throughout the process, and that this unorthodox charge and the circumstance led to the situation. So I think it would definitely fire up conservative voters in a variety of states and could help us win seats.
Now, Ron, this week we've seen some of the Republican swing votes like Susan Collins, who were not necessarily going to be there to support Kavanaugh, seem to be gravitating at least a little towards him because they were upset that Dr. Ford's team originally said we want to be heard, and then it didn't appear like they were going to show up next week at all for any kind of testimony. She was saying, you got to come forward, you got to talk. What if she does talk, Dr. Ford, and is very effective? Could that be devastating with some of these swing votes?
If she does talk and she is very effective, right, this is a jump ball. So if she is very effective, then it's going to be a jump ball. Then Senator Collins, Senator Murkowski of Alaska, and a few other Republican senators may decide to vote no. And if that's the case, then we have a big problem. But it's hard to say. She may have holes in her story. She may not recall the events that we're understanding, that she may not know where she was at. And those type of things could sink her testimony as well.
All right. Now, she is being, from what I'm reading some articles, that Dr. Ford is being prepped by the same person that prepped Anita Hill. Do you know more about that?
Well, no, but the delay tactics, the demand, putting on demands on the testimony, having a political, aid from the Obama and Clinton years, that just smacks of politics, and I think that's a big mistake on her part. I mean, I think she should just be confident, come forward, present her testimony, and let the Senate hear it. Instead, you get this delay tactics, and that puts a scent of politics around the whole thing.
Ron, on that point of politics, last question here and last scenario. We heard yesterday Sheldon Whitehouse, the senator from Rhode Island, who's been very aggressive in his questioning of Judge Kavanaugh and the Judiciary Committee, is saying even if the witness, Dr. Ford, ends up not being effective and Kavanaugh is very effective and gets confirmed, Senator Whitehouse is saying if the Democrats take the House and maybe even the Senate, they will investigate Justice Kavanaugh. They will launch investigations, and so this resist movement will continue once he's on the high court.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me, because he'll be confirmed and he'll be Supreme Court Justice. It'll be a giant waste of time. You can't get rid of a Supreme Court Justice. You can investigate all you want, but what's that going to do? I think it's just rhetoric to feed the left and to keep them happy right now before the election, because I think Kavanaugh is going to get through. I think he's going to get confirmed. These delay tactics and these demands and stipulations feels like she may not testify. And if she does, we'll have to see what happens. But, right now, it smacks of politics to me.
All right, Ron Bonjean, we appreciate your insight this morning.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.